Domains of logarithmic functions. So here our objective, we want to determine the domain of a given log function. So what do we know that's going to be helpful for us today? We know what a logarithmic function is. It is any function of the form f of x equals log base b of x, where b, the base, is positive and not equal to 1, and x, the argument, is positive. Okay, as we see here above, the domain of the logarithmic function is the set of all positive real numbers. In the general equation, f of x equals log base b of x, this means that the argument, which is x, this piece right here, the argument must be greater than 0. It must be positive. Okay, so let's renote that. Argument must be greater than 0. Okay, the domain is here, and it's all positive real numbers, so this has to be positive. Okay, so let's see. In situations, we want to find the domain that meets this criteria. Example 1, find the domain of f of x is equal to log base 4 of x plus 3. Write the domain in interval notation. Okay, so we need to have our argument be positive. Okay, so this is the argument right here. And again, I'll note it, argument. And we want our argument to be greater than 0. So we know that x plus 3 must be greater than 0. We solve this for x by subtracting 3 from both sides, and x must be greater than negative 3. On our number line, we'll put a negative 3 approximately here. Greater than means it has an open circle. Greater than negative 3 means on the number line, we're looking at all of these numbers. In interval notation, we're going from negative 3 to positive infinity, not including negative 3. So that is the domain of this logarithmic function in interval notation. Let's do a second example, Find the domain of f of x equals log base 10, which we know is the common log of 2x minus 5. Write this domain in interval notation. Okay, so again, here is our argument, and our argument must be positive. So we'll take our argument, which is 2x minus 5, and we need our argument to be greater than 0. Subtract 5 from both sides. 2x is greater than 5. Divide both sides by 2. And x is greater than 5 halves. On a number line, I'll put 5 halves over here someplace. Greater than 5 halves means I'll circle it because it's not equal to. And I'll shade to the right. In interval notation, this means I'm going from 5 halves as, not 5/8. I'm going as 5 halves as my starting point all the way to positive infinity. And I have an open parenthesis because 5 halves is not included in the domain. So the key with log functions, the argument must be positive.